Welcome back to another tutorial. So today we're going to paint a Christmas card. I'm also going to include a brief little segment about light and shadows, so be sure to watch the whole video so you don't miss that. Anyway, let's jump right in. Alright guys, welcome back to another tutorial. So today we're going to paint a snowman watercolor. And first off, we're just going to start with 3 quick little circles. Now these don't have to be perfect. We're just going to jump right in. When you draw the circle, make sure the bottom part is a little cut off because these are going to intersect. These are snowballs. I want them to look like they're sitting on top of each other. They're not just perfectly round. You can just draw the circles, let them overlap, and then go back and erase it when you're done. I went ahead and got some masking tape, painting tape, and I outlined the edge of this paper right here. The standard Christmas card is, I think, 8 by 5 inches, and that was just about perfect, so went ahead and outlined that. Word to the wise, when you're taking this paper off, take your time and maybe use a blow dryer, because if you're not careful, it will rip your paper up. Next, let's go ahead and go for the arms. Now, the thing to remember is these are tree branches. Snowmen are made up of sticks and stones and everything you can find just lying around your yard, so it's not going to look like an actual arm. Key to drawing sticks is it kind of looks like cracks in stone or lightning. It's got that same quality to it. You want to have a little stick kind of go there, curve off, little line, curve, little line, curve. I'm going to go there, just curve off here, curve off there. There you go. And then let's add some more details. Alright, now let's add some little twigs, little branches coming out of our existing branch. There we go. Or just sticks. Okay, so let's add 3 buttons right here. They don't have to be perfect again. These are just rocks or whatever you found in the yard. Let's put a scarf right there. Let me grab an eraser. Don't want that scarf to be going through the lines there. Perfect. Well, not perfect, but it'll do. All right, so next let's add some eyes. Little eyes right here. All right, let's add his little nose. This is a carrot. And this is kind of almost like a pizza slice or a pie slice, but we want to round the edges a little bit. Add some little ridges as we go. There we go. For the mouth, let's add maybe 6 or 7 little pebbles. 3, 4, 5. Let's draw a little hat on top. All right. This is going to be a topsy-turvy kind of squished hat. Some little curves, little wrinkles, little divots in there. This hat's seen some life. All right, let's jump right in. Let's have some fun. I'm just going to mix up a little bit of, I think I have ultramarine blue here. Don't want to use too much, any blue. Pretty overpowering, but we're going to go ahead and we're going to stick to that. The shadows on this are primarily blue. You don't want to get too dark with it. A little bit of your drawing might wash away, but don't worry. That's just a framework. All right, at this point, you can either grab a blow dryer and expedite this process, or you can take a break. But let's let this dry a little bit, and then we'll come back and we'll finish our snowman. Now that that's dry, let's jump right into painting our snowman. Now I'm going to talk about some lighting and shadows. So the first thing you want to do when determining where to put your shadows is to come up with your light source. So for example, let's say our light source is right here. This is going to be our upper right corner. It's going to come down, it's going to shine, it's going to hit right here, it's going to shadow kind of around the curves and the edges, and then we're going to have just, you know, some eliminated areas. So first off, let's get a little more of our blue, and let's come down here. Let's add a little curves right here. Now, this is snow, so we want to give it some texture, so I'm just going to blot that brush a little bit. Kind of dab it down on there. Give it some texture. Don't want it to be perfect. You'll hear me beating that drum again and again. Don't make it perfect. Don't let perfect be the enemy of good. All right. Get a little more blue there. This might look intensely blue, but it's okay. We'll let that blend in. It's not gonna dry nearly as blue as it looks. All right, I've got a paper napkin here. I'm just gonna blot that a little bit. Soak a little bit of that up. I'm gonna go back, and this is our little shadow edge here. Or the first thing you want to know when it comes to light and shadow is highlights. So when your light source comes down, it's going to hit. There's going to be a really bright area where it hits. That's the area that's just going to take kind of the brunt of the light right there, and it's going to highlight it, make it really bright. With watercolors, it's not so much putting down white paint as it is just leaving that area open. White paint doesn't layer very well in watercolors, so sometimes it just kind of makes it look gray or dull or dirty, and we don't want that. So we're just gonna leave that area open. The next thing to think about when it comes to shadow is your dark areas. So you're gonna have your highlight, it's gonna come down here, and then right here we're gonna have our shadow. The shadow is gonna be away from the sun, away from our light source. In this case, it's just gonna be the edge right there, kind of outline our shape, these little orbs here. And then the third and final principle is going to be reflections. Reflections is kind of the third component to our light source, and that is going to be just these areas in here. That's going to be the light from around bouncing back up onto the snowman. And I'm going to kind of reinforce that by drawing. Once you can master all three of those, you have the secret. And it takes time. It took me years to figure a lot of that out, but now I've taught you in a few minutes. So you're welcome. We're kind of losing our edges here. Let's go in with a smaller brush. Let's fix that. Not too much. We're gonna make this kind of a dark navy. All right. little sketching phase. That's still a little wet, so those are kind of going away as I paint over it. We might need to let that dry a bit. While it's drying, let's take a break and let's work on our branches. So I went ahead and I have this all mixed up because I pre-gamed here a little bit and I did kind of a run through, and I did another little snowman earlier. I have mixed here, I think this is some burnt sienna, a little bit of black, trying to create that brown color. And so we're gonna get this, go on our branches, and let's start on the underside, right? Sticking to our light and shadow principle, let's put these shadows down first. There we go. Just kind of pull it, make it a little imperfect. Turn it on that side like this and give it kind of ridges, that's fun too. Whatever avoids making it look just smooth. These are sticks and twigs and they have texture, and we want to remember that. I have 2 cups of water here, one for my dark colors, one for my light. Admittedly, I just kind of mix them because I forget. It is pure chaos over here. Probably go back with some black and paint the edge of these little twigs here. As you can see, I'm just getting the brush, just kind of blotting it down, not being perfect anymore. I say anymore like I was ever perfect, but not being as precise, we'll say that. And you can do your light and shadow thing here too. Get a little bit of black, come down the middle, and look at that. All right, let's go ahead and paint his eyes and his little mouth here. Look at me. There I go, dipping my black brush in my light water. Oh well. This doesn't have to be perfect. These are rocks after all. Oh man, I don't even remember where I put them. Got a little bit of a side smile. That's okay. Do the buttons here. Just remember where your light source is. Keep that in mind. There we go. There we go. Let's really, really, really dilute that. There we go. Dilute. I don't know. While we're creating some of the darker details, let's go for the hat. Outline that hat. Let's leave that area open. Leave our highlights open. That light that's on the other side. tone it down. There we go. The same thing to all of our highlights. There we go. Let's work on the scarf a little bit. Now, I have some of this Grumbacher red. I don't know how to pronounce it. It's the paint brand. So I've got the red right here, and then I mixed up a little red and a little black right there for some details. But I'm just gonna go in. And this is the color you gotta watch because it's unlike anything in this painting. If you're not careful, it can spread. And there's no going back from that. It's an unforgiving color to mess up. All right, let me grab some of this, and I don't know how well it's still a little wet, so it might not receive the painting very well. Paint, I'm gonna put a little this black Grumbacher red mixture in there. Scarf is made of thread, so you can make it look sketchy, you can make it look thready. Make it look like there are loose threads coming off. You make it look imperfect. I'll let that dry, and let's work on the nose. So for that I mixed Grumbacher red and cad yellow, pale hue, and made this orange color over here. Start in the edge here, and let's work our way in. Very open. There we go. Reinforce our shadows here. A little more blue. Fraying my brush, going back over some of these details. And some little contributions to the snow there. Kind of sounded like I was peeing in the snow. That's not what I meant by contributions. I add a little bit of black here. Nothing too crazy. Again, it's just about reinforcing your light and shadows here. It's all about that Bring that in. Get that hat and let's add some more detail there. Alright, let's blend these light areas, these shadows, and let's just kind of split the difference here. Alright, let's add some little shadows to this, little buttons here. This is risky. Can add this blue, but try not to mix that red in there. Suddenly we'll have purple. I don't want purple. That wasn't in the plan. Look like some little sunlight highlights here. Not much. All right. Put some on the scarf as well, why not? Alright guys, that might not have been my easiest painting, but you know what? Nice thing about paintings like this is you can kind of stop or start whenever you want to. If you want to add more detail. If not, you can just stop right there. I think I'm gonna wrap it up. I appreciate you watching. Please like and subscribe for more, and I'll see you next time. Thanks guys.